In today's video, I want to be looking at ticker symbol RDDT, also known as Reddit. This stock that has had a significant surge in call options and also huge revenue. And we're going to be looking at a potential significant reversal in the chart. And for MMTLP, we're going to be asking the question, did Pete Sessions meet Gary Gensler? There is a significant date that we are going to look at, and also other MMTLP updates, and then finishing off with a weekly watch list review. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, from Yahoo Finance, we can see stock market today, Nasdaq, S&P 500 are up as Trump is building up for the trade deal, so that's quite good. In terms of Canada, reported from the previous video, Canada has now taken away its digital service tax to advance US trade talks and is looking to get a deal done by July the 21st, so that's hopefully will be good news. In terms of the overall stock market now, in terms of the rebound, I think we've probably never seen such a rebound before, and after falling as much as 14%, it has rebounded just over 9%, so that is quite important. In terms of key events this week, we will be watching the Fed Chair Powell speech on Tuesday, job openings also on Tuesday, then we have a jobs report on Thursday, jobless claims on Thursday, the market will close early on Thursday, and the market will also be closed on Friday. And then in terms of earnings, the only one that we're looking at this week in terms of earnings will be Constellation Brands. Not a big week for earnings. And in terms of stock news, some of the stocks that we called out early today in the Discord include Oracle. That was up after a multi-cloud surge and a $30 billion deal, so great news for Oracle. Also was great news for Palantir, shared live in the Discord. And important insider buys, and one of the stocks that was up over 220% today, BMNR, which is a Bitcoin miner, so keep an eye on BMNR. Before we get started, I'd like to take 1 minute of your time to share details of the Trading Secrets Discord. This includes daily stock alerts shared in the pre-market, the weekly watches shared prior to trading on the Monday, the $1 Million Challenge, and much more. So we also have had some tremendous calls in the weekly watch list, as well as the daily stock alerts, and these include LEAES up over 152% on the week, DOMH up over 210% on the week, IGTI up over 77% on the week, and many more. We have a new channel called Top Ranked Stocks DD, and this includes PDF reports which you can download and use for research and due diligence. Obviously you can join us in live trading chat as well. We've just had a $2,000 Discord update which includes breaking news for stocks, including bio stocks, earnings, analyst ratings, Reddit news, why the stock is moving, and much more. And as well as that, you can join us in the famous $1 Million Challenge, where we look at compound return investing and 201 trades. And just a reminder of the power of compounding. If you have 1 cent, you double that for 30 days, you would have over $5 million, but we are using a strategy of just a 3.5% return. Let's have a look at ticker symbol RDDT, also known as Reddit. This is a stock that I personally invested in at around about $104 back in late May, and it was shared live in the Discord, and at that time I did state it was a swing trade, and I will share details of if or when I sell this. So if we have a look at the chart for today, we can see right now at time of editing, it was up close to 6%, $151.52, and over the previous month up over 38.9%. And then we can also see over the previous 12 months up over 137, and earlier prior to March it was trading close to the $240 mark, and when it did come close to the $100 mark, I did believe that that was a good sign of a reversal, hence why I invested. So in terms of how companies like Reddit use advertising to make money, Reddit is one of those which has got a unique hybrid approach amongst others, including YouTube, Roku, and Pinterest. So I think great potential there for Reddit. We're also going to be looking at other catalysts. So one of the key things that we shared in the Discord was a surge in call options, and this was quite bullish, and also looking at significant insider buys as well as institutional buys, which we're going to share. So there was an unusual amount of buying, and stock options included large investors. And obviously there is a signal that there is going to be a significant upside. So why does Reddit matter? Because obviously one of the key things is a deal with Google, ticker symbol GOOGL, and this is something that is going to benefit both companies, and also Reddit is now looking much more like a safer stock. And if we have a look at the potential upside, where we can see here there were 87,739 call options purchased for Reddit in mid-June, market market cap of just in excess of $24.7 billion. And it's trading at only 58% of its 52-week high, so much more potential catch-up. And analyst shares are also, Wall Street analysts are also expecting an upside in the next earnings, and this is potentially looking at a forecast of 54 cents in earnings per share for the fourth quarter 2025. We've also had an 8.1% reduction in short interest, so that's showing a significant confidence in the company, and a $200 per share call valuation, $200 per share valuation, which I think is also extremely bullish. So in terms of an overall summary, from an AI point of view, Reddit, amongst other social media stocks, is unique because obviously it's looking at rapid international expansion, and it's also powered by AI-driven machine translation. The quarter one results especially were significant, with a 61% revenue growth. So if we have a look at here in terms of the financial, which I have been impressed by, the year-on-year revenue growth from 2022 has gone up from 37%, 20%, 61%, and right now just in excess of 64.12%. And finally, the institutional buy from Meridian Financial was for 3,286 shares. So keep an eye out on RDDT. Let's have a look at MMTLP, and shout out here to Curtis, who's posting with regard to the timeline of Pete Sessions and meeting potentially with Gary Gensler. And what he stated here is image one is from Pete Sessions' town hall presentation, which reflects a letter sent after the corporate action was published. Why would a member of Congress and a House Financial Services Committee member be involved in sending a letter regarding a processed corporate action? So what was the reason for this? It has not been disclosed. What about the letter? We're not sure about that yet as well. What was the content of this letter? So in what world is FINRA providing same-day responses? Well, they are providing them personally to Pete Sessions, but however, as far as the Congress is concerned, it took them 41 days to reply. So somebody is certainly getting a quicker reply. So we can see a copy of the letter here, and the next image I'm going to share from Curtis is with regard to the meetings, and we can see here the former SEC chair, Gary Gensler, on December the 6th, 2022, met for a few hours with undisclosed members of the House Financial Services Committee. And did Pete Sessions attend this meeting? And if so, what was the content of that meeting? So the next shout out here is to RDD, who shared with regard to one of the images here. He states, how many lies can you find? Not only did the SEC not issue a Wells notice to Nextbridge Hydrocarbons on the 14th of December 2022, but they've never been issued a Wells notice that he is aware of. So that's certainly interesting. So what we're going to see here is a reaction here from George. And George has stated, notice how the timeline has specific dates for everything except this one. So let's see if there is a reason for that. At the moment, I don't think they're looking to give an update. And what RDD has also gone on to say is, in a letter on April the 2023 to George Pelikaros, Pete Sessions requested all the evidence of manipulation for TRCH and MMTLP, and he did ask for this to be sent to him. I believe it was sent to him, and part of the reason stated by Sessions was obviously the unique nature of the evidence that was frozen in time would help him, i.e. Pete Sessions, to introduce and support legislation that would address shortcomings in the REGSHO. So ask yourself, has he done anything for this? And the answer is a clear no. And what we can see here from Curtis is that if Congressman Pete Sessions was aggravating evidence but did not act to retrieve additional evidence to seek accountability with the regulators, or even propose any legislation to close loopholes that allowed the manipulation in MMAT and MMTLP to exist, ask yourself, why did he want the evidence? So a great question there. Reaction from Torch is the short position so huge that you cannot or will not show it? And MMTLP is not going away. So that's a question for Pete Sessions. And finally, let's finish off by giving a quick shout out to the previous week's weekly watch list, where we called SMCI, that was up over 9.81% on the week, CATX up over 18% Monday to Tuesday, and also up 7.4% on the week, VAC up over 6.7% on the week, FOUR up over 6.6% on the week, and many more. If you would like to get the current weekly watch list as well as a copy of our daily stock alerts, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.